Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Britt. Here's her story. Hi, Ollie. Husband Ron and I have continued to love your channel and throughout the day tell each other, I wonder what Ollie would say about this or that. Ron gets a lot of entitled boomers who come into the vitamin store he manages and tells me about the silly, pointless interactions he has with them all the time. I have so many things I would love to hear you make videos about, but something I always found to be equally hilarious and frustrating is the narc's delusions of intelligence. And it's funny you sent me this, because she just sent me this, because I was about to do a video on just that today. So it actually works out, because I came across something on Twitter, like a clip, and then I looked it up and I watched the whole thing, and it is... I was going to do a video today about this exact topic, their delusions of intelligence. I have, like so many of your viewers, proven my own borderline mother and sister wrong about anything and everything, and have been met with the same repertoire each time: gaslighting and lies, then deflection, then histrionics and tears, then finally the smirk and rage and violent outbursts. And the real final step is to twist the whole situation in their minds into some fantasy world of victimhood where they never accept accountability. I sometimes think of the story you told about your Meet Normus dad fighting you about your car, and then the cops came and said, yeah, you're wrong. You can't keep your own car from him. It was a call. He had called the cops and they had told him this over the phone, and he couldn't handle it. It reminds me of the justice I felt when the family court judge told my mother she doesn't actually have a legal right to have access to my kids, and that I have a right to be left alone. Any fraction of vindication is so very appreciated. Anyways, I was hoping you could share with us some stories, and sometimes when you refuse to let a narc borderline live their lives. I love hearing about them getting shut down when they deserve it. Thanks again for the great content. Love, Britt. I got something better, not necessarily from my own life, but something that, and this video is about 2 years old, and it is, if you like seeing the narcissist get proved what a dummy they are and having all their delusions crushed in front of them, wait for that. Watch this. Strangers rank their intelligence, IQ versus first impressions.
I enjoyed the episode.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, I'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Understand something. Going to an Ivy League school in 2023 or 2020 or 2021 when this video was made is meaningless, because they're looking for quotas. They care more about what you look like than how smart you are or how accomplished you are and your ability to actually do the work. We brought 6 people together to rank themselves based on perceived intelligence. Then we had them complete an IQ test so we can compare the results. So these people are going to rank each other, going to talk to each other a little bit, and then each one is going to rank the other ones based on how smart to dumb they all think they are based on that. Then they're going to be given an IQ test, and we're going to find out the results.
Should we just like go down and do
intros?
Yeah, I'm Sade, I'm 24. I work in finance. I have a bachelor's degree. I went to Yale.
I'm Tyler, I'm 21. I'm a high school graduate and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm Kaylee, I'm 25. I'm a software developer. I went to Ohio University and I have a bachelor's degree.
Maria, I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry. Grad school, I went to University of South Carolina, and undergrad, I went to University of Florida.
So we have First girl went to Yale, bachelor's degree, 25 years old, white male, 21, high school education in the Marine Corps. Third girl, 25, went to school in Ohio, bachelor's degree. Fourth girl, undergraduate in Florida State, graduate degree in South Carolina, PhD, biologist, doctor. Smart girl.
Hi everybody, my name is Sean. I'm 27. I'm the director of social media for a company, and I also work for a digital ad agency. I got a double major in dance and cultural anthropology. Undergrad, I went to Loyola Marymount University.
Hi everybody, I'm Ray. I'm 24. I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Harvard recently, and I work in consulting.
Oh, y'all are babies.
And you work at
I know, that's what I was saying, is age a factor?
Yeah, it gives you like years of experience.
Yeah,
in
I
life.
guess we need to, maybe it's good to identify what intelligence means to everybody.
I think intelligence is better defined as your adaptability and your problem-solving skills more than it is your education. Obviously, like the education, the stuff you've been through puts a lot into play in it because it gives you more resources, more thoughts to draw from. A formal education definitely helps, but I don't think it's in any way essential.
So what is the most essential?
So the most essential thing was probably be common.
And I agree with that. It's not essential. It has nothing to do, your education has nothing to do with how smart or dumb you actually are. How far your intelligence might deem how smarter, how far you get in a certain industry. But not just being in school, having a degree necessarily mean anything.
In sense.
Yeah, so for me personally, I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence, all of that combined.
People consciously or unconsciously, when they see someone, form an opinion immediately. Like I'm sure we all did right away.
When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his looks. He could be throwing you off, or that's just who he is, but he can talk the talk and walk the walk. Sean, I didn't want to judge him based on the way he looks or dresses or acts, so I was like, I think he's intelligent.
First impressions?
Of course not, because you don't want to judge the I'm not going to say he's trans because he's still identifying as a male, but he lines up more with her, I would guess, her political ideology.
I put him at the bottom only because when I was in school, all the other people with like the bright neon colors and stuff, they were typically the ones doing worse in classes. If we were ranking confidence, I'd definitely put Sean at very first place.
So what is the definition that we're going with is the biggest question.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition. It combines everything.
Does anyone have any like initial?
You can be honest.
Start on that side. I'm done going first.
I feel like I have a good combination of both, like book smart and street smart. So yeah, I think I have some input on that. There's so many aspects to intelligence. It really goes beyond IQ and EQ. Even those two different factors really don't really capture what it really means to be intelligent.
I know I'm not, from Yale, I don't have a PhD, but what I lack in those areas, I'm able to still problem solve and use my own skill set, my emotional intelligence as well as my social intelligence.
Besides my education and background, I feel like I have high emotional intelligence, I'm aware of my surroundings.
As a software developer,
Just watch her. Just keep her in mind in everything she says, the doctor.
my problem solving skills are obviously top notch, I think I would say. My whole life I've kind of had to fight to be seen as intelligent. I think I'm so used to having to do that as a woman, to just step up and be like, I deserve to be here. My first job out of college, I was working at a law firm. A gentleman came up to me and said, hi, you don't look like somebody that would work at a law firm. You look like somebody I'd go on spring break with. And I'm like, what?
Obviously, out of everyone here, I've got the least formal education. I consider myself intelligent. My mental dedication and my ability to adapt and to problem solve. What I do in the Marine Corps, I'm a seabird defense specialist. So I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
Sorry, quick question. So do you think that only certain people can do your job, or do you think anyone can do your job?
Only certain people. You have to take the ASVAB before you go into the military. That's not really how much you know, but how well you can learn information. And I got a 94 on that. It's not an amount of how much you study, how much you know. You're not going to really get better at learning.
And he's right. That test is to weed out people that have no ability to think on their feet, can't adapt. Not everybody can do the job that this kid is doing. But I mean, look at the posture. Look at her posture. Okay, look at the girl next to him. Okay, white male. White male in the Marine Corps, high school education. They think very little of him.
Does that make sense?
I strongly disagree with you don't get better at learning. The idea that you can get better at learning is a pretty big signifier of intelligence. I'm very much dyslexic. I have ADHD, and I'm on the autism spectrum. Dyslexia means that there's a big gap in comprehension. So I was scoring 99th percentile in certain areas and like 3rd percentile in others. I'll never be able to learn another language. I took Spanish for 12 years, and I can still basically only order a burrito.
So I have a question. Why did you go to Yale and why did you go to Harvard?
My parents are immigrants from China, and I'm a first generation immigrant as well and college student as well. My family always really stressed the importance of formal education. For me, that was something that I really strived for.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, I'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Why don't you guys rank each other from 1 to 6, including yourself, and give reasons why you want to do what you're doing?
I gotta go 1.
No.
Oh yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So the Asian guy obviously is first, and the white guy is last. Went right down the line.
I would rank you as a 6, not meaning that you're not intelligent. I also think that I don't place a lot of value on the military.
Period.
I don't place a lot of value on the military. I went to Yale.
No, full stop.
I'd probably do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry.
So he puts the Yale girl who's dyslexic and is in like 99 percentile in one, but she doesn't tell you which one, and the bottom in the other, and she has comprehension problems. Okay, he puts himself middle of the road, the straight Asian guy. He puts, once again, the white guy last, the doctor, okay, number 2. Okay, himself 3, the white female number 4, the gay Asian guy 5, and the white Marine 6.
Sorry.
I'm the villain this episode.
Does anyone think they're
Of course you are, bro. You're a straight white male. Of course you are. You're dumber than dog shit. Don't you know that?
like either end of the spectrum?
I'd say I'm 1, if nothing else, because I know what I'm about and I'm sure of that.
Wait, you guys have to rank everyone too. That is so unfair. No.
Why is that unfair? Why is that unfair?
I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So he puts himself first, the Asian guy second. Hold on. Let me see, because they pulled that right down. Let me see. Hold on. Let me back it up again.
I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So he's 1. The straight Asian guy is 2. 3 is Yale. 4 is the doctor. 5 is the white girl who went to Boston, and 6 is the gay Asian guy.
Okay. I think 1,
Another one. The Asian guy is the smartest.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So straight Asian guy 1. The doctor 2 again. Yale is 3. White girl is 4. Straight white girl is 4. Gay Asian is 5. And once again, straight white male is 6, because high school education. Marine. Oh, sorry.
It's hard for me to look past the education part. Going to college, I think you learn a lot, if nothing else emotionally, but I still think you're smart.
Thank you.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Straight Asian guy number 1. 2 herself. 3 Yale. 4 the gay Asian guy. 5 the white girl. 6 the white guy. Again, in every one of these, the white guy, other than himself, the white guy is 6.
1, immigrant parents. first generation going to college, humble, modest. 2, me, I don't know, PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits, stuff like that.
Oh, stuff like that. You know, me, PhD. I'm smart, but the Asian guy's smarter.
that. And then 6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you really have the highest EQ out of all of us. Tyler, he ranked last for me personally because the way he carries himself. He was ranking intelligence based on his point of view and not taking in other people's point of views and compiling results. But really just came down to his body language, his demeanor, the way he carried himself, the way he acted towards the
It's a white male. Just say it, he's a white male. And you don't like white males.
group.
I would put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 6.
See, the gay guy, I mean, he still ranked the white guy
2, 3, 4, 5, and out 6.
So, doctor number 1, straight Asian. 2, that's the lowest he's been. 3 is Yale. 4 is the white girl. 5 is the Marine. And he gave himself 6. Because even though he's definitely eccentric, you know, I think he's a little more in touch with reality. So, but he's the only one of these people. He's the only one who didn't rank the white guy dead last.
So the reason why I put you at number 1 is I think you have the highest, not only EQ score out of everybody, but the way you present yourself, as well as being a PhD student, I think is just like a huge thing. And I put myself 6 because I feel like I might be the weakest in terms of actual IQ score. Hopefully I can make it up in everything else. So I did put myself as least intelligent. However, if it can't be me, I definitely think Tyler, unfortunately, his way of thinking is linear. And I think intelligence is almost like a sphere. It's a picture. And right now he's only coloring with one color than, with the rainbow.
So who got the most?
And mind you, these people are running shit, have major jobs, are running the world with their PhDs and their bachelor's degrees and their master's degrees and their Harvard and Yale educations.
Number 1. Thank you. Move down.
Who got the most?
Sean A was
like
pretty
you.
up there too.
I feel like you were definitely 3, right?
Yeah, I'm in between
You were
Harvard and
4.
Yale.
5.
So the overall score, this is how they ranked each other, on, a cumulative average. Straight Asian is 1, doctor is 2, Yale dyslexic is 3, white girl is 4, gay Asian is 5, white Marine is 6. Now, mind you, 1 through 5 all have college educations, all of them.
I think that I sort of expected to be ranked a little bit lower. At first glance and first interaction with me, it's hard to tell how intelligent I am. It's hard to tell how intelligent anybody is.
Is anyone upset with where they're standing?
I think it makes sense that I'm down here. Like the guy who graduated from high school and then joined the military, he probably wouldn't be like high up on there. If I was in their shoes, I definitely would have also ranked myself among the lowest.
I do feel
And he thinks he should have been among the lowest if in their shoes. Because he knows. He ranked himself 1, though.
like there might be a prejudice acting in terms of ranking you
Okay, I was thinking that
highly.
too.
But I agree with the ranking. I think you probably are the most intelligent out of all of us. I would feel weird placing you there and not acknowledging the dynamics in which we did so.
Now they all have to take an IQ test.
Hearing that I had to take an IQ test was definitely hard to hear. Quantifying things for me in that realm is really hard because it gives you something really solid. Even if you don't buy into IQ tests, it still gives you a number at the end of the day, which is something you have to grapple with.
I literally thought when you said to open the computer, we're going to look at social media, that I didn't think an IQ test would be part of it.
It was kind of expected. We're being ranked by intelligence, an IQ test. It's not that far out the realm of possibility.
So number 1 is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee.
Oh, so the white girl is number 2. So the straight Asian is actually, who's in Harvard, is actually the most intelligent by IQ test. White girl is number 2. Weird.
Number 3 will be Tyler. And number
Oh, the Marine is number 3. The Marine is number 3. We haven't heard the doctor be called out yet, huh?
4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean. And number 6 is Maria.
Understand something. The difference between the 131s and 136 is negligible, because you could go up or down a couple points depending on the type of test and the day. That's all negligible. A 112 a 112 is borderline retarded. I have a PhD and I have an undergrad and a master's in biology and I did COVID-19 testing. This is exactly what you're talking about, Britt. Okay? The delusional belief the narcissists have of their own intelligence. Okay? This is what, and this is why, even if somebody has, understand, other than the Marine, they all have college degrees. And the dumbest one out of them is a doctor, is a PhD. These are the people who are running the world now, who are coming up, who are out on the streets telling you how things are supposed to be, who gaslight you and laugh at you, if you have more traditional values. Every one of them, look down their nose at this kid. And he's only 21, this 21-year-old Marine, because he's a straight white male. They all thought he was the dumbest, except for the gay Asian. The gay Asian was kind of, and 123 isn't terrible. It's not terrible. It's closer to the first 4 than the PhD, who had the most to say, was the most judgmental about everybody. 112. It isn't even close. She isn't even close to this kid's intelligence. To Tyler, I think that's his name, Tyler, the white kid, the straight white male. It isn't even close. She should be ringing a register. But this is why jobs and schools, and that used to be how you got into college before the SATs and all that. It all used to be based on IQ testing, and they did away with it. Why? So they could let dummies like Dr. Dunce here at the end, okay, in and make them feel special and important. Now they got a piece of paper to wave around to say that they graduated from a school. And she was been walking around for 30 years, because she said she was 30 years old, thinking she's smarter than everybody, thinking she's smarter than the world. This is exactly what you were talking about, Britt. Reality up top, what they thought it was on the bottom. Ooh, 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 ooh. The only one they all kind of got right on average was the gay Asian, and he's not even that low of intelligence. A 112. A 112, and she has a PhD. This is why you can't take anybody seriously on face value. No matter if they went to Harvard, Yale, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Is it stereotypical to say the straight white male was the smartest? Yeah, but they're typically pretty smart. Asians are typically pretty smart. That's why they're pretty much now, this was 2-3 years ago now, Asians are pretty much viewed the same way as white males are viewed. They're not getting into college now anymore either, because they want more of, dyslexic number 4, who's in the bottom percentile in things and can't comprehend and took 12 years of Spanish and can only order a taco, okay? She's at the end. She's at the bottom of the spectrum. Well, that's not fair because her and the white kid both have 131s. She's not dumb. She isn't. So let me be fair on that. She's not dumb. But she thought she was smarter than she is, and they all looked down on this kid. A 131 and a 136, any one of them could have scored each other's scores based on the test they were given. The 112, no, you're dumb. You're dumb. Oh, she's not happy.
I think an IQ test tests something. I don't think it's intelligence. It's definitely testing.
Oh, now it's not testing. Now it's not testing enough. No, she don't like that the high school educated Marine is as smart as she is, and on some spectrum, it must be something in the test that ranked him higher than her. Maybe it's because he doesn't have a college degree, and he still got the same score, would rank him higher in intelligence than these girls, than her. Probably that makes sense.
Something. IQ tests are now known to be flawed and
now they're
based on
flawed.
Incorrect sample sizes.
Now it's
I have
flawed.
really severe dyslexia. There's 2 questions on that test that I automatically basically can't answer.
I'm sure if you studied for an IQ test, you would do a lot better.
Yeah.
IQ tests are just one aspect or one way to measure.
Yeah, but he didn't study. That Marine didn't study for an IQ test. None of you knew you were taking they didn't know they were taking an IQ test. So this is an invalid point.
Intelligence, it's really on a spectrum. What constitutes somebody as intelligent?
Before this, all I knew about IQ tests is that they existed, and the I stands for intelligence.
Exactly.
I've never looked into IQ tests before. Coming here today, them saying the EQ, that was the first time I've ever heard that term in my life.
Coming back to intelligence, it's not just your IQ, it's your EQ, it's your common sense, it's
I
street
bet
smarts.
it is.
Sure, it is some type of metric similar to an SAT and ACT.
Oh, she is so crushed because her whole little world was taken from her.
Or is a metric for getting into college, but there's more to that person than that test.
I'm actually excited I wasn't last because I thought I was gonna be last, not gonna lie. I think an IQ test is a good indicator to see how people handle pressure, but I think that's easier to make sense in our heads that, oh, you're smart and you're not smart.
Definitely don't think it's the best metric. I've been exposed to tests like these probably more than most people here. That already gives me an unfair advantage.
This is my villain.
Again, and she can't even accept she's smart. She can't. Because this has been the conditioning for white people. They can't even accept it after you take an IQ test. That's that white privilege argument.
Redemption arc and climbing up the ladder.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh boy, does that make me so happy. Look, the narcissist has delusions of their own intelligence. And what you just saw here is a perfect example of what's going on in society. That these little now that you got these college pukes running around thinking they're better than everybody because they've been waving around a piece of paper. Meanwhile, they take these SAT tests to get in that doesn't rank intelligence. It's just, filling in boxes at this point. They're meaningless. Okay, they take an actual IQ test, and lo and behold, the doctor, the one you would think would be high up there, is dumber than anybody. And dumber than by a lot. By a lot. Delusions of intelligence. That's what you're dealing with. So, thank you, Britt, for the contribution and topic. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, If you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. Follow me on Twitter and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everybody.